Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about our feet are our foundation. So, I guess we often take our feet for granted and we expect them to get up and do their job every day. Sometimes our feet can start to uh, complain or tell us that there's a problem. And I wanted to clear some energy around our feet and our ability to move forward with our feet and the effect also, if we think chiropractically, of how our feet affect how we stand. And so our feet are important for our balance. So let's begin. So we're going to start with base chakra, which involves our feet. So it also involves, our tribe or our family and belonging. So sometimes we don't feel like we belong or we don't feel like we fit in different places. Good morning, Elizabeth. All right, I'm balanced and grounded. I stand my ground. If I'm asking if there's something that prevents us from standing our ground, there's a generational component, dad's side, dad's mum's side, and the men on that side of the family. So 17 generations of men. So I'm going to go into the second chakra. All right, I understand that I no longer need fixing. I am already enough. I allow others respect and space to be who they really are. Good morning, Cassille. I'm able to enjoy all emotions and give them room for expression. All right, so feeling stuck in the feet of being unable to change. So sometimes we get very stuck, don't we? We can be a bit dogmatic. Age 6, age 10, 36, 40, another thing that can be stuck in the feet is lack of understanding in many aspects of life. So we might have one area of our life down pat, but there are other areas that we're still getting our head around and maybe have a few experiences in that department. All right, so now we're going to go to the crown chakra. And vetiver oil comes up. Here's Kim's book. All right, I find relief in this uncovering process to know what is behind my reactivity, and I work through it rather than avoiding it, feeling soothed to meet the core of my emotional issue. All right. So, is there anything else that your feet might be telling you? All right, I'm not measured by possessions or connections. I allow myself to be peaceful and balanced. So I guess we can think about our feet when they're grounded and they're strong and secure, that we are more balanced. As we get older, too, balance can become quite an issue, and it's important for us to work on our balance so that as we get older, we don't have falls. All right, so let's go then to the throat chakra. All right, I willingly replace and name your addiction with my powerful creativity. So, what are you addicted to? Sometimes it can be control, sometimes it can be food, sometimes it can be peace, sometimes it can be avoidance of conflict. It's okay for me to tell my story. I acknowledge my unique set of superpowers. For some people, the power of being able to be grounded and rock solid at where they stand and to kind of hold the base or, to help the family to be grounded in a good position can come through our feet, isn't it? That ability to just hold strong where we are. All right, into the brow chakra. Rigid thoughts or beliefs. And sometimes our feet can become rigid as we get older too. It's like they need to be moved, and for some people they do like flexions and extensions and rotations. Go around one way and then around the other, to help move our feet before we even get up. Also, like doing toe raises or getting a towel and scrunkling the towel up with your toes and then spreading it out with your toes to help that movement and strengthen your feet. So I guess flexibility and movement is a sign of life, isn't it? As the less we move, the less life we have in us. All right, I focus on what I love and it comes to me. So what would you like to focus on? What would you like to come to you? It is safe for me to see the truth, no matter what it is. helichrysum oil. So helichrysum is the oil for pain. All right, I restore my confidence in life and myself. I have the strength to make it. My ability to persevere through these physical difficulties enables my spirit to progress to higher levels of consciousness. So sometimes the pains in our body are the opportunity to examine different aspects of our life and to grow through these experiences. If wronged by another, I forgive quickly, holding no grudge, but don't encourage the company of those who have wronged me to repeat their offence. Yeah, so I like that. You can forgive, but move on, and you don't need to stay there to be abused any longer. I'm willing to learn from everyone and everything, from my successes and my mistakes. Right, so layers of the aura, the fifth layer. Which is the master copy of the physical body. So it's like in Neuralink, they would teach that in the body, I guess we have a hologram representation of our body, and sometimes the hologram gets damaged so that it doesn't repair as it should. So repairing the hologram. So stagnant energy in this fifth layer of the aura. Current females. So sometimes people want to latch onto us in an unhealthy way. I guess we could call them like high maintenance friends, or some people that are takers more than givers. And it's like they mistakenly see you as an easy option to get energy rather than getting the energy from the source as we all need to. So it's like they're cheating. They want to hook onto us. All right, so now the sixth layer of the aura, tears. Something from age 16. Terror. So what might have caused you terror when you were 16? Sorrow as well from that age. Shock. More stuck emotions. The feeling of not being able to control yourself, or sometimes we're in a situation in which other people have no control over themselves, and we may suffer as a result of that. All right, the seventh layer of the aura, which is about our mental and spiritual connection. So stagnant energy, feeling defensiveness. What might you feel a bit defensive in at the moment? Where you feel like you need to protect yourself? Second layer of the aura, emotions within us and for others, leaking energy, feeling sadness. What's making you feel sad? Age 6, 16, 43, third layer of the aura, thoughts and ideas. Hooks, so someone latching onto us in an unhealthy manner. 17 hooks. So again, I guess forgiveness is required that someone is, latching onto us in that manner. And forgiving ourselves that we've allowed that. Magnolia oil. All right, magnolia inspires the willingness to see the beauty, the divine beauty within each soul. It teaches that each individual shares a responsibility to discover the gaps in their connection to others, to clear the encumbered perceptions obscuring truth, and to turn to the divine to heal those cold, confused, or barren places within their understanding. Magnolia offers a true haven of refuge and reflection and inspires deep, transformative thought. Magnolia is a tonic for those who feel separated from the divine feminine and desperately need the lost teachings of a loving parent to guide them on a path to greater happiness, progress, and unity. So you might use magnolia to help you feel kind towards someone, especially when people are latching on to you in an unhealthy way, to be able to see them as mistaken, not understanding what they're doing, and to be able to forgive them for what they're doing. All right, so the sixth layer of the aura, chronic collapse, age 8, feeling low self-esteem. All right, releasing that. So all right, back to the 7th layer of the aura. Feeling stubbornness. So what do you feel stubbornness about? I'm able to move forward. Something from age 4, stuck in that ability to move forward. Good morning, Elizabeth. Leaking energy from the 6th layer of the aura. Age 6, 8, 13, 20, 36, 40. All right. So now we're going to go to kidney meridian. So kidney meridian actually starts under the ball of your foot, and it winds around the inside ankle. So juniper oil comes up here. So juniper oil can be about the night, the oil of night, but it can also be like the dark soul of the night, dark night of the soul, sorry. Juniper berry teaches that there is truly nothing to fear when one acknowledges and accepts all aspects of the self. So sometimes there's parts of ourselves that we fear. I think sometimes we can see parts of our parents in ourselves that we may think, oh, that's a bit difficult. All right, I'm encouraged to face my fears and learn from the things I don't understand about myself. I receive the messages my dreams carry from my subconscious mind, welcoming learning even from my nightmares to reveal my unresolved fears and issues. I'm guarded my path to wholeness, savoring the simple splendors of life and connecting to a place within myself where joy comes flowing through my soul. Okay. All right, so now we go like stomach meridian. So chamomile comes up. I've only got Roman chamomile, so we'll look at that one. Roman chamomile is about spiritual purpose. So you might use that to help you feel spiritually connected. So the stomach meridian starts like under your eyes, runs on your face, both sides, down the front of your neck, over your breasts, all down the front, all down the front of your legs to the sort of the outside of your second toe. All right, I speak the forgiven truth without anger or bitterness. Being sensitive to others' feelings, pain, and distress, I lovingly retreat from the world when necessary to refresh myself. So sometimes we do need a break, don't we? And we need to have some cave time or some time where we withdraw and regenerate. I feel calm and release my insecurities around following my spiritual path. I know that if I do what I love, everything will be a success. So sometimes we can fear doing what we love. And for many people, that happened when they had to choose their career. Sometimes their parents were a little bit more forceful, insisting on a more practical career when that wasn't really the right career for that person. So it's like having the courage then to pursue the career that you feel is right for you. So you could use some pepitas here, the oil or the pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seeds have good fats and they also have minerals, so they can be very useful for repair and inflammation. All right, so now we're going to go into the heart chakra. So I guess which way would your heart like you to move forward? What's your heart telling you? I am forgivable. Sometimes we look back at our past and we feel that we've made mistakes and we can be hard on ourselves about that, but understand that those things were necessary for us to learn and to grow and to move forward. I nurture easily. All right, so we're going to look at our boundaries. So sometimes we're not good at saying no to others. All right, I can be a great friend / mate and still have healthy boundaries. So sometimes when we're trying to be a good friend, we might not have good boundaries, bending over backwards for other people. Maybe allowing others to stand on our toes. And I think about when you're a kid, I don't know if you ever did it, where you stood on your mum or dad's feet and held their hands and kind of walked with their steps. All right, I easily recognize when I'm taking on too much of another's responsibilities. I'm strong enough to keep my shutters closed regardless of the difficulties I face. So sometimes we're letting in negative thoughts or negative energies. Okay. All right, so having a reaction to some sort of bacteria. So it can be like a physical bacteria or emotional bacteria or a spiritual bacteria. So in this case, it's more emotional, affecting the stomach, which, finishes on your feet, on top of your feet. I'm digesting the people around me. Some people are hard to digest, and it can be a lot to take in or a lot to understand. Or some people just have a lot going on in their lives right now. Many people have illness. All right, so now we're going into the Celtic weave. So it's part of our energy that keeps weaving round and repairing. Sometimes the repairing isn't correct. Upper left. Okay, so are there any other places in your body that are complaining? The grid. So also the grid. So the grid and the Celtic weave are affected on that top left front. Okay, so Elizabeth Tricassi is the sinuses and the throat. Okay. So that could make sense with the stomach meridian, which is like down through here. So bacteria in the sinuses, more emotional. And then throat, there's some feeling stuck. Feeling hopelessness. Sometimes we can't see how life's going to change or how things can get better. We get very stuck in where we're at right now. And then we can feel panic because we're scared that, is this as good as it gets, kind of idea. And the other feeling that's stuck there is sorrow. Age 3, sorrow from age 3. So what was sorrowful when you were 3? The crown chakra comes up. Lavender oil. All right, I'm seen and heard as I intend to be seen and heard. I no longer fear the judgment of others, and I judge no one. I am lovable and important. Sometimes we don't feel lovable and we don't feel important. I integrate my spirituality into my everyday life. My humblest actions are sacred. I rescue myself. So what do you need? How do you need rescuing? What would you like to do for yourself today? It's okay for me to have faith in things I cannot see. So sometimes we can't see the way through at the moment. We're not sure exactly what's supposed to happen next or how we're supposed to manifest the things that we desire. So having faith that it's still coming, even though we don't know exactly what is. I work by trusting my intuition. So I guess tuning in and knowing that you will receive whatever blessing it is that you need and whatever opportunity is that you feel would be necessary for the next part of your life. Small feeling stuck in your throat. Being double-minded. So sometimes we want something and then we don't think we can have it. So then we say we don't really want it. So it's sort of like not being clear and certain in the path that we want to take. It's okay for me to have what I want. So we don't feel like that. Age 8, 13, age 46. Elizabeth said that's true. I truly believe it's possible for me to fulfill my purpose. God supports me in my purpose. Something from age 5. I make a difference. Generational baggage from mum's side of the family, the men. 53 generations of men doubting that they make a difference. Okay, something in the brown chakra. I'm confident in my intelligence. So sometimes we can feel that we may not have the right pieces of paper or that we're not smart in certain areas of our life. But I think that we will be guided, and what we feel is important to do, we will be able to do. And it's like, I guess it goes back to the affirmation, I have faith in things that I cannot see. So we may not be able to see the way forward at the moment, which could involve our feet, isn't it? Being willing to step forward, putting one foot in the dark and trusting that the light's going to come on. All right, I don't need all the answers right now. Sometimes we have to wait in patience, which is hard to do. I connect easily with life and the people around me. I know when to surrender and let go. I'm easily assimilating all my life experiences. I remember this popped in my head the other day. I was talking to somebody. I had another practitioner. We swapped at treatment. This was quite a few years ago, and I had a pain in my foot at that time. And so she was telling me the emotions that were stuck in my foot. And then she kind of said, show me, when these were stuck. And so I can remember when, so I had one brother that was born when I was 3.5, and another one was born when I was 10. And I was so angry that it was another boy that I wouldn't speak to my mother. I went in with my arms crossed and very angry because I didn't want to have another boy. And then what came into my head was, yes, and that's why you had to have 6 boys, that you had to learn to love boys. So it was like my experience to learn to love the things that I didn't love, and so that was stuck in my foot. So sometimes, experiences from the past can be stuck in our foot, and experiences that we currently experience can re-trigger it. Again, age 3. Feeling stubbornness, it's almost like stamping your foot, isn't it? Insisting on what you want. Age 16. Feeling worry. What were you worried about when you were 16? It's a time of big decisions, isn't it? Often we're still studying and we have to think about career and choosing partners and, having experiences with other people that, kind of change our life and how we see things. We learn things from each relationship we have. All right, age 28, more things stuck in our feet. Feeling low self-esteem. So let's say mostly you were happy with yourself and your life. If there was one thing that might have made you feel a bit doubtful of yourself or not feel good about yourself, what would it have been? Age 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Elizabeth said relationships. Yeah. It's like a great time of learning, isn't it, when you're teenage years too, and even childhood of, we may see things very simply, but some people are not as kind and open as we are, and some people are more manipulative. They want to get things out of other people and learn how to do that very young. All right, so now we're going to go into the earth chakra, which is below the base chakra. So it's like that connection to Mother Earth. So it's a bit cooler today. Holding value in our possessions and status. And so I think about our work too, our job that we might do or the way we perceive ourselves. Sometimes it needs a little bit of a refresh. So I went on the weekend to a seminar in which there's a new chiropractic college in Adelaide, and the first graduates of that college graduated. And so they were talking more about, the understanding behind chiropractic and the innate ability of the body to heal and to repair, and like this innate intelligence that is within us, allowing that to come forward, like removing the blockages or the things that are preventing that from moving forward. So, chiropractically, we can see that as having the body aligned and working in its best way and removing any blockages. So eating raw foods, especially picking food straight from the garden. So I don't grow any food at the moment, so I have to go to the markets. All right, gratitude for our natural environment. So maybe going for a walk in your neighborhood and, observing the trees and the river and the sky and, the aspects of your area that bring you joy. All right, I make a difference. So I guess it's getting back to your grassroots, literally, isn't it? Putting your feet on the grass, tuning in to what God would have you do, letting go of the things that perhaps aren't working as we would like, and understanding what we need to learn from it, and then being willing to make that next step forward. So I'm trusting in God and where He leads my feet to go. If there's anything preventing that, that's generational here. Mom's mum and the women, 17 generations of women. Alrighty. So anywhere else in anyone's body that's complaining? Are your feet ready to take you to new places and to different experiences that may help us to grow and learn and be the best person we are? And sometimes it's like, where would God have us be? What would He have us do in a certain situation? We may not think that where we are is we're making a difference, but perhaps there is a person that you make a difference to today that you may not realize you are making a difference. All right, our next Energy Workz get together is the 26th of April, and our next Foundation Energy Workz is the 10th to the 12th of July. So looking forward to that. And our Advanced Energy Workz is the 4th to the 6th of September. All right. Well, thank you for those that joined on the call today, and thank you for your comments and participation. I hope that you feel that you're more able to move forward today. Okay, have a good day. Bye.